Come on in, pull up a chair. Nice to see you all again.
Alright, I got another story I'm going to tell you. I know you're just itching to hear another story. Before I was a country outlaw songwriter, I was a troubadour. I would travel around to these, most in the Midwest, South, a little bit in the East Coast. There was the coffee house set. There wasn't much money in it. It was fun. It was adventurous. And most of these coffee houses had, a back room or an attic or a loft or someplace where you could sleep, because none of us ever had enough money to rent a hotel room. And so there was one coffee house I played. I worked with some pretty good, they were famous. I don't know if you've heard of them. Phil Oakes, I worked with him. Mike Brewer and Shipley. One toke over the line. Sweet Jesus. Tom Paxton. So I was in this singing at a coffee house in Columbia, Missouri, called the Cafe Harris. And there was another guy who'd been singing there for a week, I think, before I got there. He liked the Cafe Harris so much he stayed over for like 2 months. But this place had a back room, a storeroom or something with a couple of cots in it, and that's where we slept. And I was back there one night and he was working on a song, and it looked like this. He said, well, it's a song I'm working on. It's called, of course, it's Arlo. He was a kid then. They said, this is a song I'm working on called Alice's Restaurant. I'm not finished with that. Working on it. So then he had this other song, though, that he was finished with, and he played it, and I liked it a lot. It's called Ramblin' Road. So he showed me how to play this Ramblin' Road thing. And then the Cafe Harris had this pinball machine. So one night we said, let's go play pinball. He said, well, you want to make it interesting? I said, yeah. He said, well, about a dime a game. I said, okay. So hot competition. We played pinball all night long till we ran out of quarters, nickels, and everything else. And it was at the end, he owed me 50 cents. And I said, well, you owe me 50 cents, Arlo. And he said, well, I don't have it right now, but I'll get it to you later. And I said, you know what I think's going to happen? I think you're going to forget to give me this money, and I think I'm going to run into you someday, years from now, and I'm going to remind you, and you're not even going to remember this. He said, no. Okay. So now we flash forward to 1995. Big island of Hawaii, their Ironman competition. And it's a big competition, and then at the end of this thing, they have this big concert. And the group playing the main group that night, concert was America. You remember them? Horse with toe mane. Horse with no mane. Well, you know this. So anyway, and I've known these guys for a while, and part of the reason I know them is because the drummer who's been with them ever since the horse had toe mane was a guy named Willie Leacox, and we grew up together in this little town in southwest Iowa. We were best friends. So they invited me to come over, and I went over there, and then this was the night before the concert. Willie says, let's go down to Buzz's Steak. I think we're staying at is it what, King Man Hotel? I don't know, big hotel there in Kona. So let's go down to Buzz's and have some beers and some sashimi. I said, okay. So as we were leaving, big limo pulled up. There's a theme to these stories. I got a limo. Big limo pulls up and Arlo Guthrie steps out. And Willie says, "Hey, that's Arlo Guthrie." And I said, "Yeah, I know." And he said, "Well, let's not bother him." I said, "No, no, no." So we go down to Buzz's, we have some beers. A couple hours later, we're walking back to the hotel, and this same limo pulls up again, and Arlo gets out again. And Willie goes, "That's Arlo again." I said, "Yeah." And he says, "Well, let's not bother him." I said, "No, no, no, we're not going to bother him." So we get in the hotel, we're milling around the lobby and stuff, and we finally decide to go up in the room. So we get in the elevator, and as the doors are going to shut, an arm comes in, stops up, doors open up, Arlo gets in. Well, now it's just, it's too awkward not to say something. So Willie says, "Hey, Arlo, we're working with you. I'm with America. I'm a drummer with America. We're going to work with you tomorrow night. Looking forward to it." And Arlo goes, "Oh, I'm a big fan of you guys. Pleasure to meet you." He said, "I want you to meet my friend Hoover." And Arlo says, "Hey, nice to meet you, Hoover." I said, "You owe me 50 cents. I want my money." And he goes, "How do I owe you 50 cents? I said, "Well, we played pinball all night long at Cafe Harris, and you lost." And he said, "Oh, Cafe Harris, I love that." Stayed there overtime. He said, "That was the first place outside of New York City I ever worked." And I said, "Well, you taught me a song you wrote." And he said, "What was that?" And I said, "Ramblin' Road." And he said, "Can you teach me that song?" And I said, "Sure." And about that time, we got up to the 19th floor, which I think was where he was at. And doors opened up, and his wife standing there with a couple other people. He gets off. He says, "Hey, this guy's going to teach me a song I wrote." Doors went shut. Never got my 50 cents. But then again, I never taught him Ramblin'. So I may be the only guy in America that does this song. Okay, well, I give him credit. It's a good song.
Come on in, pull up a chair. Nice to see you all again.